Hello, grade fours. I'm just going to pause the share quickly. There's something that I want to add. This I want to quickly add something here. There's something I just need to get for you guys, but I hope you guys are well. It's going to take me 2 minutes. 2 minutes at most. Right. So at this time, you can prepare yourselves. I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are happy as I. Yes. And guys, one more thing I need you guys to do, please. And this I'm begging you, please keep your videos off for the entire lesson. I beg you guys so much to keep your videos off for the entire lesson so that all I need is 45 minutes from you. That's all I need from you guys is 45 minutes. That's all I ask for, actually, is 45 minutes from you. So if you can just humor me with the 45 minutes, I'll really be a happy man. I'll honestly be a happy man. Just 45 minutes of your time so that we can actually have a good productive lesson. Yes, so please keep your videos off at all times. But also, in terms of my promise, I know that I promised you guys that that I would give you guys feedback from my side. I had quite a lot of admin on my side to take care of first. So I really didn't get the opportunity to do that. But it does not stop us, or it does not stop me from actually doing it. I just need to be given some time, and I will do as promised. Right? Okay, this was mine. This is the new one. Right? Is it? Right. Can you guys see the screen? Do you guys see the new share? Right? I think this is it. Wonderful. Can you guys see the screen? Can you confirm with me that you guys can see the screen? Yes. Perfect. Perfect, 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 perfect. Right. Right. Let us start, guys. Let us start. 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 Yes, if you guys can see, I am a happy man. Right. So we are looking at subtracting. Okay. So here's my email address and my Twitter account. So we are looking at subtracting capacity. Right. We're looking at subtracting capacity. And we did adding capacity yesterday. We said, okay, fine. There's a part where you add capacity with, there's a part where we're going to add capacity with, sorry, we're going to be adding capacity without converting. So we just add the milliliters with the liters, the liters with the liters with the liters, the milliliters with the liters. The minute we reach 1,000 milliliters, we change it into liters. We understood that perfectly. We understood that there'll be times whereby if you want to work it out into a particular thing, you would have to convert first. So we also understood that perfectly. We got that picture perfectly. We understood it. It was very easy to understand. So we come now to and we understand, I hope we understand what capacity is. We come now to a part whereby now we want to actually subtract capacity. Right? We want to subtract capacity. We want to come to a position where we subtract capacity. We first, you know, we multiply. First, we learn to multiply, and then we also learn to divide. And this would be in the conversion part. This would be in the conversion part. That you see, when we want to convert, we are using multiplication, right? As we know that multiplication is repeated addition. Repeated addition, it's when now you multiply the multiplicate with the multiplier to get a product. And our product, when we want to change our milliliters to liters, that's when we'll be getting a product to say, this is this is when you want to convert your liters to milliliters, this is your product. This is the multiplication that happens. Then when we want to move from milliliters to liters, we divide. Remember that liters are more than milliliters. Hence, we are dividing to move from milliliters to liters. But we multiply when we move from liters to milliliters. Why? Because liters are more than milliliters. If I were to come to you and say, here is 250 milliliters of juice, and then another person comes to you and says, here is 2 liters of juice, which one is more? Anyone? Which one is more? If I come to you and say, here's 250 milliliters of juice, and someone else comes to you and says, here's 2 liters of juice, which one is more? Which one is more?
Hello, Sam.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks, and you, Sam?
I am fantabulous.
So, sir, the person who came to you with 2 liters, they would have more because 250 milliliters is a quarter of a liter, and 2 liters is 2,000 milliliters.
You are a genius. You are a genius. You are super smart. Super smart. Super smart. Yes. I wouldn't even had that explanation. I was just going to say, pardon me, but I was just going to say that 250 milliliters is a quarter of a liter and leave it at that. But we have a beautiful explanation that says, look, this is a quarter of a liter, and you know that it being a quarter of a liter, 1 liter, it makes it smaller than that. And now we know that actually that when we look at the liters part about it, that 2 liters is actually 2,000 milliliters. It's just that you've changed the part, and because you've changed it from meters to milliliters, you have to change a particular part about it. But I hope we are fine when it comes to that. The converting part, I hope we are fine when it comes to that. We've understood the converting part. Now, when I want to move, and I hope we have this, just write this down. When I want to move from milliliters to liters, I divide. When I want to move from liters to milliliters, I multiply. Because liters are more than milliliters, and milliliters are smaller than liters. It's like that. Milli, it's like that. Simple as that. Simple. As that. Please, can we write this down? All you need to do is just write this example, especially the blue and the green part. Quickly. Just especially the blue part. That's also what I want to emphasize, that you should know that. We should know that, because that's when now we're going to actually get into it and start, and because there are going to be questions, and now they have to also teach you guys the decimal parts. And but there's going to be one lesson whereby I'm going to overemphasize decimals and teach you decimals completely, so that you have the full understanding of decimals. What is a decimal? Why do we have decimals? Remember, that's why I told you guys the reason why we don't divide a small number in long division is that because now when you are dividing, when your divisor is more than your dividend, you'll end up having something we call a decimal. Something we call a decimal. I saw a hand was raised. I saw a hand was raised. Good morning. All right.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
Fine, thanks. And you?
I'm super. You raised your hand.
It's because I wanted to answer the question for which one was bigger, 2 liters or 250 milliliters, but I forgot to put my hand down.
Let me ask you this then. Which is more, 1 liter or 750 milliliters?
1 liter.
Why?
Because 1 liter is 1,000 milliliters and 250. You need 250 milliliters more to get 1 liter.
You're a genius. In actual fact, I think I'm done. I think I'm done. You guys are already smart. There's nothing more I can teach you. There's nothing more that I can teach you guys. You guys are already smart. Are you guys done writing this down? I think there's nothing more I can teach you. You guys are already smart. That was a beautiful answer. That was a beautiful answer. Beautiful answer. Beautiful. Hello?
Does that mean there's no more maths in the morning?
No. I'm just joking. There is maths. There'll always be maths.
Oh, okay.
I'm just complimenting you guys that you guys are geniuses.
Oh, thank you.
All right, thank you. There is maths. There's always going to be maths. There is more to learn, guys. I'm just saying that you guys are very smart, and I'm very proud of you guys. So I'll take that you guys are done writing this, right? So we once spoke of saying that when we convert, multiply, we multiply or we divide, and then we add, and then there's one part where, because I want us to concentrate on a particular part. This one we spoke about addition, and we said that there's a part where you can add without converting. But you must always remember that the minute you reach 1,000 milliliters, you move on. Now, I want to come here to subtraction. Let's start with a very simple question, a very nice question that all of us can answer. What is to subtract? When I say I'm subtracting or I am minusing, what do I mean? What am I saying? Am I saying that I'm hanging some? Is it a new word? What is subtraction? What is it to subtract? What do I mean when I'm subtracting? What is it to subtract? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Sir.
Hello. Good morning.
Morning, sir.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I am fantabulous. So I was asking, what is it to subtract? What do I mean when I say I am subtracting?
Subtracting is like when you're taking away a number that is smaller or bigger from the number that you are using, and it makes it a bit more easier to also add, because if in subtraction, like for example, I say two, for example, like 19 plus nothing will give me, let's just go with
19 minus 5.
Let's
If
go
you
with the
use
number
an example of,
28. Let's go with
let's
the
say
number.
let's use an example of 19 minus 5. How would I get my answer? What is to minus? What am I taking away from 19?
You're taking away the 5.
Exactly. Then you would be left with what?
I'll be left with 14.
Exactly.
So the example I'm trying to give is like 19 plus nothing. 19, like there's an open gap, would give me the answer of 28. So I write 28 down. Which is my answer. And I say minus, and I put my 19 here. And I start to calculate. And once I have calculated, I'll finally get my answer of the missing block.
Oh, so you're trying to say that, oh, what would I add to 19 to get 28?
Yes.
All right. Okay, now I get you. And having that in mind, you'd know that you'd have to subtract 19 from 28 to find out what is that number, which would be 9. Yes, it would be 9.
Yes. And it's actually an easier way to find which one is the correct answer, because sometimes you may say that you may say the wrong answer, and you never do the method about like for 28 minus 9. You may get the wrong answer if you didn't calculate correctly and you did not check your answer correctly.
And remember that just as we use multiplication to check if the answer of division is correct, we can use addition to check if our answer of subtraction is correct.
Yes.
All right. Awesome. To subtract means to take away, guys. When I subtract, I'm taking away. I give away. I take away. I'm removing. I'm taking one part from the other part. That's subtraction. Now, there's a time, right? Let me just check. There's a time in which I can subtract without converting. And there's a time in which I must, right? There's a time in which I can subtract without converting. And there's a time in which I must convert in order when I'm subtracting. You convert when you must get the answer in a particular form. For example, here they tell you, I want my answer in milliliters. So anything that's not milliliters, or anything, let me just be straightforward, anything that is liters must be changed to milliliters. But sometimes you don't have to convert. Sometimes you don't have to. Sometimes if I'm subtracting, but remember that one part must be more than the other part. Right? One part must be more than the other part in the whole scheme of subtraction. Meaning, if I have 2 liters, 100 milliliters, this is without converting it into one thing. Nah. I cannot, I would not be, it would not have, it would be a negative answer if I would subtract something that's now 3 liters. So I'd have to stay below the 2 liters. So I'd say, okay, no, I'm subtracting 1 liter and 50 milliliters. Just putting this as a side note, as something on the side for us to figure it out. Right? So I would say milliliter minus milliliter. So that's 100 minus 50 is 50. And then I would say 2 minus 1 is 1. So my answer is 1 liter. So 1 liter, 50 milliliters. But then there comes a situation where they say, look. We want you to convert. We want a converted answer. Hence, you find here they'll say, subtract 10 liters from 500 from 10 liters 500 milliliters from 5 liters 300 milliliters. I can do the subtraction without converting first, and then I can then eventually convert. Or what is best is to convert first into milliliters, have everything into milliliters, then subtract. Why? It makes your life easier and you don't end up making a mistake. Because remember, what already is milliliters, I cannot change into milliliters. I do not convert what already is milliliter. I only convert something that is not a milliliter. Do we understand that part? Do we understand that? Are there any questions? Are there any questions? I see here there's an example. If I say 5,000 milliliters minus 4,000 milliliters, it will equal 1,000 milliliters. You understand? It's good. You subtract milliliters from milliliters, liters from liters. That's without converting. With converting, you must convert everything to the thing that they want it to be. If they want it to be liters, you convert it into liters. Let's try an example. I'll give you guys an example. Here, let's look at number 1. 55 liters minus 23 liters. 55 liters minus 23 liters. I would want to also, I would love to also give you some of them to do on your own, but we're going to try at least 2 examples. So, or let me do this. Try this one and then I do it with you. Try it because you already have the skill of converting. Try and get the answer. What is 55 liters minus 23 liters? In milliliters. In milliliters. So right now try number 1, 55 liters minus 23 liters, and get your answer in milliliters. In milliliters. What is 55 liters minus 23 liters, and get your final answer in milliliters. Please try that. Get your final answer in milliliters. Do we understand the question? The question is, try number 1 of subtracting 23 liters from 55 liters, but I want the final answer to be in milliliters. The final answer must be in milliliters. The final answer must be in milliliters. I'll give you 2 minutes to try that. I'll give you 2 minutes to try that. Two minutes. I'll give you 2 minutes to try that. Get the answer in milliliters. Get the answer in milliliters. You've got 1 minute left. And think very, very, very carefully about your answer. Think very carefully about your answer. Because I want us to try, we're going to try some of these examples together. And I want you guys to be very, very careful. Very, very, very careful. I want to show you guys a trick here. There's a nice trick and a very beautiful trick. You know, you must always make sure that your pot is always full of tricks. I'll show you a nice trick, especially when it comes to these ones. Especially when it comes to these ones. I'll show you a nice trick. very, very, very nice trick. I see many of you already have the answer. And please check your answer. Check your answer very carefully. Check your answer very carefully. Check your answer very carefully. I can see the answer in the chat, but are you guys sure? Because it's 55 liters minus 23 liters. Are you sure? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There are two ways of doing this, right? I can convert first, right? I'll try it to show you. Then the others then will talk. I can convert first and I say 55. 55, right? I don't want to go to the next page because the next page has answers. Multiplied by 1,000. What happened? All right, good. Multiplied by 1,000. Why? I'm changing this into milliliters. And I also say 23 multiplied by 1,000 because both are in liters. Both are in liters. So I multiply this also by 1,000. Then I'm going to have 55,000. 55,000 minus 23,000. And my final answer is 32,000 milliliters. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. You could have also done this. 55, right? Minus 23 as liters equals what? 32 liters. Then I just multiply this by 1,000 and I get my answer. You could have done it both ways. Both ways, and you are going to get a beautiful answer of 32,000 milliliters. You could have done it both ways. You could have done it both ways. Does anyone else want to add? Does anyone else want to add to what I've already done? Hello? Hello? All right. Hello? All right. Quiet. Does anyone want to add a point or anything about what we're doing? Does anyone want to add to what I've already said or done, or maybe okay, good. I have someone. That is beautiful. That is beautiful.
Ah, hello, sir. Oh,
Hello.
how are you, sir?
I am fantastic. How are you?
I am fine, sir.
Yes. So what you wanted to add up on what I've done already?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So, sir, I said 25 liters minus 23 liters. So I said 5 minus 3 is 5 minus 2 is 3. 5 minus 3 is 2. And then I put 3 zeros
behind. That's perfect as well. Is perfect as well. That is perfect as well. Why is it not?
Thank you, sir.
That is perfect as well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Does anyone else want to add? So all you needed to do was just subtract because the zeros were the obvious part of them all. So because you established already with the zeros, it's fine. All right. Now, I want to talk about, I don't know what's happening now. Wow, everything went away. Did we write down the answer? Okay, fine. Fine. Let's try out number 10. I want to show this. Let's try out number 10. Number 10 with me. Let's try out number 10. Because I want us to have a nice experience. Number 10, if you think about it, 10.75 liters. I know personally that if I multiply, okay, I want to ask you guys, from the trick I've taught you guys, right? We know that the 10 is a full 10 liters, right? And then the point 0.75, right? I have 0.75. 10 liters is 10 liters, it's fine. Then I have 0.75. If I multiply this by 1,000, what would be my answer? If I multiply 0.75 by 1,000, what would be my answer? I've already taught you guys the trick of when it comes to multiplying with a decimal. So what would be my answer? What would be my answer? Anyone? What would be my answer? If I was to now multiply 0.75 by 1,000 to change it into milliliters, what would be my answer? I've already taught you guys the trick. We did the trick yesterday. A nice trick. We did the trick yesterday. What would be my answer? It has to do with moving the decimal point. That's all you move.
Sir?
Hello? Yes?
Sir, don't you learn about decimals in grade 12? I mean, not in grade 12, but then in grade 8.
You learn decimals every single year from grade 3.
I never knew that.
All right. It's fine. Anyone, what is 0.75 multiplied by 1,000? There's a trick I taught you guys yesterday. Or yes, it is yesterday. I taught you guys a very nice trick yesterday. 0.75, because we know that the 10 is 10 liters. It's fine. But now the part about the 0.75, so that I can show you how to do it without being confused by a decimal point. Hello?
Hello, Sam.
How are you?
Fine, thanks, and you, Sam?
I'm excellent. So what is my answer of 0.75 multiplied by 1,000?
Sir, it's 750 milliliters.
How did you do it?
Because, sir, so say you just say 1,000 times, you say 0.75 times 1,000.
And then what do you do the decimal point?
And then after that you have to jump, and then you're going to see where your zero will end up.
So you have the decimal point, right?
Yes, sir.
Right, you have your decimal point. I don't know what's going on with my PowerPoint now. It's writing very unneatly, but it's fine. This will be the last one. So I have my decimal point, and then I move it how many times? How many zeros are there?
There's 3.
So I move it 1. Wow, this is one neat. 2, and then the 3. And whenever there's a gap, I just put a 0. So it means that this is what? 750. Means the answer would be 750. So I know that the 0.75 is 750 meters. So having that in mind, now I want to show you guys what I was trying to do all along. Having that in mind, I know that if I multiplied this by 1,000, I was going to get 10,000 liters, right? You know that you're going to get 10,000 milliliters, right? Multiply this by 1,000, and you're going to get, even though my pen is not behaving right now, you're going to get 10,000 milliliters. I add this to the 10,000. I know I'm going to get 10,750 milliliters. So the decimal point must never confuse you. Just do as I told you guys. Multiplying the decimal point and you're multiplying with 1,000 or 100, you move the comma according to the decimal point. And wherever you find that you've made a jump, you put a 0 there. If you find that you have an empty jump, you put a 0. That's how it works out. That's how it works out. Let me just quickly do this one, and then I let you guys do the one question, and then we're done. So then I know that this would be 3,000. Then I would multiply 0.25. It would be 250. So it means that this would be 3,250, right? Right. And then I subtract the 2. So I'd have 0 minus 0 is 0. 5 minus 5 is 0. 7 minus 2 is 5. And then 10 minus 3 is 7. So my final answer would be 7,500 milliliters. My final answer would be 7,500 milliliters. That is what I wanted you guys to see. I want us to jump. What is going on now? See. Okay, it's now doing its own thing, and I did not want it to do that. Erase. Okay, good. Now, I want you guys to do me a favor, because right now we are left with 3 minutes. Okay, a minute actually. I want you guys to just try out number 3. Quickly try out number 3 for 2 minutes. And I show you your homework. Quickly try out number 3 for 2 minutes, and then I show you your homework. Your 2 minutes starts now. Quickly try out number 3. Then we get the answer. After we get the answer, it's fine. Follow the rule I was saying. That's why I say, guys, don't be frightened by a decimal point. This is another method. I was going to touch on it, but it's fine. You can also use the decimals as well. But use that method I just showed you now of the whole converting idea. And quickly try out number 3. 11.6 liters minus 8.35 liters. Then we'll also talk about what's this? We'll also talk about decimals, because I want us to also understand decimals very well. Decimals are important. Decimals must actually form part of our discussion tomorrow. I want us to discuss decimals as well in detail. So quickly try this out and then let's get an answer. You can put your answer in liters. Yeah, leave your answer in liters, it's fine. Leave your answer in liters. And then, yeah, 30 seconds left. 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. You can leave your answer in liters, it's fine. I don't really mind that. I don't really mind that. You can leave your answer in liters. In liters. There's no real conversion at all. I haven't asked you to put it into milliliters or anything, so you can leave your answer in liters. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time up. Time up. Right. Now, who can give us the answer as quick as possible? Who can help us with the answer as quick as possible so I can pop up the homework? So I can pop up the homework. Or I can see most of you have the answer, so I can just pick anyone. Right. Let me just pick anyone. Hello? Hello? Wow. Very quiet. Okay. Let me do it. So you can just line them up by each other. 11.60, right? Minus 8.35, right? So because we work with something, we work with base 10, right? We always work with 10, guys. Whenever I'm going to borrow from one side, right, I always think about it on the basis of 10. You know that you don't subtract 5 from 0. So you're going to subtract take 1 from here. This always stays as, this becomes a 5, this becomes 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 5 minus 3 is 2, right? Then I put my point, and I say 11 minus 8 is 3. But if you did convert and change everything, you are going to either have, if you convert it into milliliters, you are going to have 3,250 milliliters, or as liters, it's going to be 3.25. Because milliliters, because remember, if I converted 200, think about it. If you convert 250 milliliters and you divide it by 1,000, as I told you, remember when we multiply, we'd go to the right. When you divide, you go to the left. And you'd go to the left how many times? 3 times. So I'd have my decimal point here. I move 1, 2, 3. Since there's nothing in front, I put a 0. So my answer would be what? 0.25. That's where it would come. That would come. If you're dividing, you go to the left. If you're multiplying, you move to the right. But having that in mind, guys, let me pop up your homework. Here is your homework. Here is your homework. Vertical method, column method, same thing. Here is your homework. The same way we did it this way, we're going to do it that way. This is your homework. Quickly take down your homework. Are there any questions? Are there any questions? Are there any questions? Wow, I see a lot of you are interested in writing. Sir, it's the same like I go buy 2 liters of cold drink. My mom drinks 1 liter bottle. My sister drinks 250 milliliters. How much do I have left? Works out like that. Works out like that. As long as you understand the difference between the liters and the milliliters, everything works out. We all go home happy. Guys, my time is up. I love you all. Stay blessed, stay fantastic, stay super. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye.